Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Morekwe. I am the founder and CEO of a company called Psych Matters, Psychological Matters, and that Psych really matters. Psych Matters focuses on mental health for communities, individuals, and organizations. I'm a forensic psychologist by training. That is my PhD. I also offer mental health services that pertains to the law. I think what really inspired me to actually move from being an employee, because I have been an employee still doing Psych Matters, was the fact that there is a need, and I'm very passionate about building individuals that have resilience. That is really at the core of my inspiration.
So there you go. You said you are passionate about building resilience. So while we are on you, I wanted to talk about customer feedback and that market research that we need to do. Because if we're going to go from a side hustle to success, there's always something that messes with our internal self, and that's feedback, which might not always be positive. How do you deal with that customer service? And also, how do you go about the market research so you can better accept what that market has to say?
I know that when we start, we believe we are great, so we are passionate about it, and so sometimes it can be challenging to get feedback, but for us, it's actually for continuous improvement in our clinic, in our rehab, in all the things that we do as Psych Matters. So it's for me, I said here, I didn't do my market research when I started as starting the business, but I had to learn because I was in academia fully and doing the clinic at the same time. So it gave me an opportunity to understand that you need to know your customer. Not everybody is your customer. I think that is the lesson that I got, because I thought, you know what, I can go and present somewhere and say I am offering an employee assistance program and people will jump to it. No. So understand your market niche and really what your product is about or your service, so that you align it with your customer that you've profiled. And as you get into the business, the customers will also inform what other services or other products actually they need. Yeah, so that's basically what I would say about that. How did I build my team? I think for my profession, basically, I started off, maybe first and foremost, I started off just wanting to work with clinical psychologists or psychologists at master's level and PhD. But I then since realized that with issues of mental health, there is a need. I know that even in Africa, there is a need. So I actually opened up my eyes to other professionals that also dive into mental health. That is how we build, so that we become more holistic. So I then had a clinical social worker, psychologist, obviously, counseling psychologist, educational psychologist, all the branches of psychology, so that we can offer all the services that we have within the psychology field. And then because initially I didn't want men at the clinic actually. But I then saw that some of the clients would say, you know what, I need a client who's a man. So, and it is because of the client's need or the customer's need that actually helped me to actually hire, so that we can actually provide services that are context relevant and that are relevant to the people that come in. So building a team came about also from feedback from what the clients wanted.
Yes, definitely. Feedback and diversifying to suit your target market.
How did I become competitive, or how? You know, I had to go back to school, like seriously, because one, I am a clinician, number one. I wasn't a business person, so enrolling in a strategy business management helped me to understand what competitive advantage is. It actually equipped me with the knowledge and then the skill that I'm trying to actually implement. It is understanding your competitors, not only to do what they do, but to see what it is that they are not doing, so that you can leverage on that. I think the other thing in terms of our clinic is that We have other people outside Botswana. We've had people from as far as Kenya. So the diversity also helps in terms of our competitive advantage. We have people who have academic qualifications, even from certificate level. So that actually brings up a recipe that caters for all the services that we offer. The other thing is that I have found to work well for us is the diversity in terms of the different ages, because people would come and say, no, you are young, you can't even understand my problem. Then we have someone who's older that is 60, or even young people saying, no, I don't think you'll understand my language, I don't think so, you are too old for that. So just having diversity actually does help a lot in terms of being competitive in the workplace. But for an entrepreneur, I would say, for you to learn, you also need to learn the business aspect of it. Because it took me time, but yeah, last year I went back, I studied, and just to understand what is it that I'm doing, because I know I studied to be a clinician or a forensic person, so yeah, that has helped a lot in terms of being competitive, to speak the language of business.